Hey everyone, and welcome back to another 5-minute movie review. My name is Mason Knight, one of the hosts of the Have You Seen It podcast, and today my 5-minute movie review is a Netflix original film called Dumplin, starring Jennifer Aniston and Danielle Macdonald. Directed by Anne Fletcher, who also directed movies such as Hot Pursuit, which in my opinion was an atrocious hot mess, but also directed the very funny movie with Ryan Reynolds and Sandra Bullock called The Proposal. So going into this, I didn't really know what to expect as far as if this movie would be put together well or if it was going to severely lack in any sort of well thought out idea for the movie. But in case you didn't know, Dumplin is based on the 2015 novel by Julie Murphy. Now, I never got to read the book, so I have no knowledge on whether or not this film stays accurate to the book, but what I do know is the overall theme in both adaptations deals with the same issues. Willa Dean, nicknamed Dumplin by her mother and called Will by her friends, is an overweight teenager who doesn't care that her mother was a teen beauty queen, or the fact that people poke fun at her for being overweight. Being the daughter of a former beauty queen, Willow Dean decides to sign up for the mom's pageant as a protest that escalates quickly when other contestants follow in her footsteps, revolutionizing the pageant and their small Texas town. I'll start by saying that if you are a Dolly Parton fan, you will absolutely love the soundtrack for Dumplin. Essentially, every song in the movie is a famous Dolly song, and you'll probably sing along once or twice by the time this thing is over. We find out in the opening sequence that Willow Dean, aka Dumplin, and her aunt are huge Dolly Parton fans, and Dolly's music and lessons through her songs was how she bonded with her aunt, as her mom was obviously always too busy to be a part of her life. One of the things about Dumplin is that the lead character Willow Dean and Rosie were so well fleshed out that we really got a sense of their point of view and understand who both of them were. But on the flip side, it then severely suffered from some of the romantic comedy tropes of the side characters who were just cringeworthy and just absolutely not funny at all. Some of the comedy felt extremely forced, and the writing bits just absolutely did not land for me. Though again, I felt the lead roles were very well acted, and the relationship between Willow Dean and her mother Rosie really carried this movie, as it is definitely an emotional roller coaster. Had this not been cast the way that it was, it probably would have been a terrible train wreck. But these two really carry the film. And I think Danielle Macdonald is such a talented actress and put in an impressive and unbelievable performance as Willow Dean. Not to mention Jennifer Aniston also plays a pretty hilarious beauty queen mom, and I definitely bought into her performance as the mother that's just too busy for her outcast daughter. I mean, honestly, how can you go wrong if you cast Jennifer Aniston? And a side note, if you haven't seen Cake starring Aniston, you're missing out. She gives a great performance in that. The film was back in 2014, but I would definitely check it out. Now, one of the other overarching themes of the movie deals with acceptance. The writer makes no bones about constantly reinforcing their message of acceptance and positive body image, which, not taking to extremes, is a great message for young girls who don't fit the mold of a Barbie figure. However, being severely obese myself on 2 separate occasions, not proud of it, in my life I once or twice rolled my eyes at some of the more obvious ploys to say that everyone is perfect no matter what all the time. And I do have a slight problem with that because though no one should ever be picked on or bullied for their appearance, I also don't think it's a responsible thing to encourage people to live an unhealthy or obese life. Sue me, give me a thumbs down, or comment some negative things on here, but I just got to shoot at you guys straight on what I thought, because if I didn't, then I would just be a fraud. I just never want this to be a catalyst for young boys and girls to think being unhealthy is something to be admired or encouraged. And though I felt the movie never went to the extremes in this aspect, there were 1 or 2 moments that I felt pushed the envelope and kind of borderline encouraging obesity as something to be like proud of or okay about. But I will say, overall, I thought the message was really positive. Having girls compete in beauty pageants and be comfortable in who they are is extremely important. And no matter your size or appearance, people should be treated kindly and with compassion and have the same opportunities as everyone else. So I took no issue with that message, and that is why overall I was happy with how they approached and tackled these issues. Dumplin, though was heartwarming, at times was very predictable in its story. the overweight girl who tries out to be a beauty queen pageant contestant and learns that it's actually harder than she expected. In the process, she learns some valuable lessons of friendship and loyalty. She gets closer to her mom. They reconcile and become closer through the pageant, and the movie's over. And no, guys, this is absolutely not a spoiler, as you all know how these kind of movies end. Look, this is definitely a feel-good movie. And if that's your style of genre, then you will definitely like Dumplin. However, the script and writing was a standard conventional formula we so often see in romantic comedies, and it didn't take any risk or try anything new. However, minus the side characters, there are some deeply emotional moments that Danielle Macdonald does a fantastic job as an actress of conveying. And even though it was predictable, this is a movie that's not a bad choice to watch with the girlfriend or kids. I think the message of not bullying people and being kind to everyone was conveyed well throughout the movie and does make for a good enough movie night. So as far as my grade for Dumplin, I gave this a D, 65%. And thanks for watching, guys. Make sure to tune into the next 5-minute movie review. My name is Mason Knight, and until next time.